So this should be interesting. Saugerties and Red Hook. Saugerties is probably the hottest team on the planet right now, winning 10 of their last 11 games, including the Mahal Championship. Red Hook, coming off a very physical game against Poughkeepsie. We'll see what kind of toll that game took on them today. Red Hook likes to play defense. Saugerties likes to play offense. But we know that Saugerties can play defense as well. So these two teams matched up here in the Class A Championship. It's the best matchup we could ask for. Let's see how it goes.
Saugerties would rely on their two leading scorers, Darnell Edge and Peyton Gibbs. And Red Hook had their two regulars, Will Avis and Dennis Hare. The crowd was ready for it, and they would see a great one. Red Hook in white, and Nolan Dalton gets his outside shot established. But this game would also depend on some solid bench play. Tim Terry makes his presence known straight off the bench, but so did Gene Hahn. And Peyton Gibbs makes an early deposit. It was tied at 5. And this game would be tied several more times. 6'6" Will Avis had a lot of command under the boards. He finished with 10, but his long reach was responsible for a couple of steals as well. And no one was hotter than 6'3" sophomore Bo Smith. Smith was red hot and had 7 points in the first half, finished with 10. This game was tied at 13 after 1. In the second quarter, Dennis Hare works it off the glass, but got in early foul trouble. He finished with 7 points. But Saugerties was playing like a complete team and executes this one perfectly. Gibbs to Darius Edwards to Sean Jensen for the uncontested 2. That started a mini run for the Sawyers. Edge passes off to Gibbs, who drains a 3. But Nick Mikic stops the bleeding in a hurry. He finished with 18 points. Saugerties still maintained a 1-point lead, but not for long. Bo Smith hits this long ranger and gets Red Hook to within 1. It was 28-27 at halftime. In the third, Red Hook came out with a little fire. Mikic hits it from long range. And it was Mick at night as Mikic hits 2 threes in the third quarter, 4 for the game. He had 18 points. Peyton Gibbs hits this fall away. He finished with 21 points and was a perfect 8 for 8 from the line. It was 43-40 after 3. And down to a 1-point game because of shots like this. Mikic could do no wrong. The Sawyers had a 3-point lead down the stretch, and Mikic evened that up with this clutch shot. It was tied at 52 with less than 2 minutes remaining. And credit John Alisi, Nolan Dalton, and the rest of the Red Hook defense for the job they did, limiting Darnell Edge all night and holding the double-digit score to just 2 field goals. Edge needed 17 points for 1,000 in his career. He got 10. And while everyone was crashing in on Edge, Gibbs snuck this very important basket, but in the end it came down to one final play. Let's listen in to how it's drawn.
Can't stand out and watch, right? Ball's on the left side. Nolan, you're here, okay? Mikic, you're here. Will here, Dennis here, Bo up top. Mikic, you're gonna come up here, curl toward the pointer. Dennis, opposite block. Will, flash, big hands. Bo, Will, yep. Bo, step here, you come opposite corner, okay? This is gonna make your season, whoever makes the shot. When the shot goes up, all 5 guys are gonna go rebound. Let's go. Let's go, Lloyd. We have no timeouts left.
And here we go. Mikic gets the shot off. It's a loose ball, and Darnell Edge comes up with it as the clock strikes 0. Saugerties wins its first ever sectional title game, 54-53.
It feels great. This is the first for our school ever. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with any other group of kids. We've worked so hard in practice and stuff like that. It just feels really good.
Talk us through the last play.
Coach just told us in the huddle, play the hardest 10 seconds of defense you've ever played in your life. And, just leave it all out on the court. Once we seen the shot go up, everybody just yelled box. And once we seen it come off the board, everybody just rushed to the ball. And I got to it. As soon as I seen the ball, I made sure I had both hands on that. I wasn't letting it go.
They were on top of him all game long. He couldn't play the game he wanted to play, but he came up big in the stretch.
Correct. And that's what great players do. That's not just what good players do. Great players step up when their team needs them and know and understand what they want to do.